Get ready to embrace debate. First Take starts now.
Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. We're about 24 hours away from the biggest sporting event in recent memory. We had about 500 guests turn up. Unfortunately, we had to turn away about 200 people. Sorry, but we still thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're watching at home. This is First Take, and you guys, I have to say, are amazing. Can you guys please give yourselves a round of applause? I appreciate it. I mean, I really do. You guys waited and waited all night, and I appreciate you guys for being here. So we'll give it up. It's a duel by the pool. I didn't know that. That's Skip Bayless to my left and Stephen A. Smith to my right.
Hopefully nobody winds up in the pool today.
You think, you think you might
I
put him in
wouldn't
the pool?
say that.
You might put him in the pool?
Ain't nothing wrong with getting in the pool.
Not fully clothed, though, right?
Like I said, there's nothing wrong with getting in the pool.
Well, you guys, we got a huge show today. 50 Cent will be here, right? Actor, comedian extraordinaire. We also have Jamie Foxx. He'll be here. He's singing the national anthem. Actually, Saturday. I didn't know that. He was singing the national anthem at the fight, so he will be here and give his picks as well.
Jamie can sing?
Yeah, of course. He's a Grammy Award winner. Bayless, would you like to address the crowd?
I would. I do want to thank from the bottom of my heart everyone for getting up so early to be here so early with us.
Yep.
Thank you. But as I scan the crowd, I see mostly Mayweather shirts out there. I see it, yeah, I know. And I got you. But I want to offer my condolences to all of you before the show starts. Thank you, Team Pacquiao. Yeah, boo you, boo all of you.
What are you doing? How do you thank them and then boo them at the same time?
I'm in one of those moods today.
For the record, Skip felt the need to say that y'all with his chest sticking out and all that stuff because he knows he's not going to be here Monday because we're not going to be here Monday.
That's why,
So
right?
it's real easy for him to do that because he don't have to be around us when Mayweather handles his business tomorrow night. That's what it is.
I'm wondering if Stephen A. Smith could be found maybe on this coming Monday morning. He may be on the lam somewhere because he's so ashamed of picking. Yeah, an APB. Where is he on Monday morning? Okay. Not in Bristol.
Oh, okay. Ew.
Actually, I may be in Bristol.
I hope you are. Yes.
All right, so let's get to it. In true boxing fashion, this is round one. You guys already know this, but we're making it official. May 2nd, MGM Grand Arena Complex. We will watch the fight. We want to know who wins. Skip and Stephen A. are making their official picks. Skip Bayless, you first.
Stephen A. Smith, it's pretty obvious to me that Floyd Mayweather Jr. should win this fight.
Oh, Lord.
He's a 2-1 favorite on the betting boards right here at MGM Grand in Las Vegas. He has home ring advantage. He is the easy and safe pick to win this fight. But Manny Pacquiao will win this fight, so go ahead, put it on the board, put it on the board. Go ahead, make it official and put it on the board. Thank you. 47 and no. 47 and no. 47 and 1. 47 and 1. Now let me explain. Manny Pacquiao will win this fight because Manny Pacquiao has wanted this fight for 5 long years. He has wanted it far more than Floyd even wants it right now. I'm going to give you this. Floyd is a ring genius. This is a bad matchup for Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's why he made all the steroid excuses for a while. That's why he ran and he ran and he ran and he finally got shamed into... Boo yourself! Thank you. We appreciate that. And my partner, who's going to need all the help he can get today, appreciates that. This is a bad matchup for Floyd because he realizes he's finally up against the first legitimate opponent who has quicker feet than Floyd does. He has equally quick hands, does Manny Pacquiao. He has an equally quick and underestimated ring mind, does Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao clearly, to me, although Roy Jones Jr. said on our show the other day he didn't see it, Manny Pacquiao clearly has the bigger punching power of these two fighters, because I think Floyd has no punching power, especially at age 38. And trust me, Manny and Freddie Roach are seeing a decline in skills and speed over the last 3 Floyd fights. And finally, the problem with fighting Manny Pacquiao is he is so brilliantly unorthodox. He is tough for Floyd to draw a beat on, to time, because he can't be timed. In and out, right, left, right, left, right, left. Manny is so quick of foot, it's going to cause lots of problems, increasingly, for Floyd Mayweather Jr. And then, do I have to even bring up the fact, Manny is a southpaw. Manny's a left-hander. We know that Floyd has had a little bit of trouble. I'm not going to overestimate this, but it just further complicates the mix that Manny is coming from the wrong side to Floyd Mayweather Jr. And finally, members of Manny's entourage have reminded me this repeatedly over the last couple of weeks. Do not underestimate Manny Pacquiao's will. This man fought his way out of a Filipino ghetto. I'm talking about, I'm going to say it again. Yeah, you can laugh at this. Wait until you see this. Yeah, that's good. I appreciate that. The father killed the dog for food when Manny was a kid. Manny had to leave home at 14 to fight for food because his mother could no longer feed him. Do not underestimate the will that you're going to see on display tomorrow night, because Manny Pacquiao wants this man. He wanted him for the steroid accusations. He wanted him for the racist rant that Floyd posted on the internet about Manny Pacquiao. And in the end, Manny Pacquiao wants to knock out Floyd Mayweather Jr., and I believe he will. Floyd is going down in round 7. Floyd will bite the dust. Thank you. The floor is yours, and I appreciate you giving me my time.
You know.
Get him, Stephen A. Get him. Yeah.
You know, I'm glad we got to this point, because I was wondering what round you were going to predict Floyd was going to fall in, because I wanted to make sure that your foolhardiness, your ignorance when it comes to this fight was illuminated for the world to see. It is amazing to me. First of all, let's keep this in mind. This same Manny Pacquiao that you talk about, his spirit, his will, how he was raised in the Filipino ghetto, I think it's safe to say that he's a bit far removed from that. He has been going from that for quite some time now. That's number one. Number two, it certainly didn't prevent him from getting put to sleep, from Juan Manuel Marquez. Number three, he fought Juan Manuel Marquez 4 times. 2 of those fights that Manny won by decision, there were those who thought Marquez should have won. The 3rd fight was a draw, and the 4th was a KO loss. And what I'm saying to you is that Floyd doesn't only have 5 ways to beat Manny, because Manny lost 5 times. He actually has 3 additional times because of the 4 times Manny Pacquiao, fought Marquez. So it's the 1 knockout loss combined with the 3 other fights he has against Marquez. And all the boxing aficionados, when they talk about a comparison in terms of who has Manny Pacquiao been in the ring with that's comparable to Floyd, they used Marquez in terms of style, how he thinks, how he fights, etc., etc. So all I'm trying to say to you is this. We are talking about a guy in Floyd Money Mayweather that you are just so disrespectful about. This dude is 47-0. The world usually is rooting against him. That's how he became. He generated more than $500 million in revenue for himself because he's built a whole bunch of haters. He followed the theory of Cat Williams, comedian Cat Williams, in case you don't know who he is. When he talked about if you got 15 haters, you're wrong because you need more. Okay,
help me out here. How many haters do we have here today? I don't think we have any haters here.
Let me explain.
What is this?
Let me explain.
Do you hate Floyd? Nobody here hates Floyd.
I'm sorry. After I let you.
I like it. Try to distract him.
After I let you go on your soliloquy, you're going to interrupt me by bringing in the audience? That ain't going to work. Here's the deal. What I'm trying to say to you is this. Floyd Mayweather is unblemished, undefeated in his illustrious career. He has a 2-inch height advantage at least. He has a 5-inch reach advantage. He is clearly recognized as the superior boxer. He's a counterpuncher, which means that he waits for you. He lives for you to come at him, and nobody is going to come at him the way Manny Pacquiao is going to come at him. Nobody has come at him that way. Manny Pacquiao throws punches in bunches. He comes at you with a level of because as skilled and elite as he is, he's one-dimensional. He does not know how to fight. I know y'all didn't make that mistake. Let's go.
Stop.
Anyway, don't try to help Skip. He can't be helped today.
Yep.
The point is that Floyd Money Mayweather is superior in every way but punching power. And that is negated because Manny Pacquiao is going to come to him. I am not picking Floyd Mayweather to win just because of Floyd. I'm picking Floyd Mayweather to win because of Pacquiao. Pacquiao will come at him, he will get eaten alive, and he will go down in 11. TKO. It's over. That is what will happen.
That was kind of a half-hearted chant.
I don't need their chants.
Yeah. All right.
They'll be chanting tomorrow night. And Sunday.
Let me ask you something.
And Monday.
How objective are you about Floyd Mayweather Jr.?
Can I answer that?
Yes.
Totally,
I just asked you.
Totally objective. Here's where my objectivity elevates to, or transitions to subjectivity. I would have picked Floyd from the beginning. No doubt about that. You have helped me root for him. The folks out there who go after him, not for his domestic violence because he deserves that, but for the other stuff in terms of his flaunting his wealth and all of this other stuff, I don't like stuff like that because here's why. He earned it. Every penny he earned it.
Sure
I wouldn't be flaunting like that. Most people wouldn't be flaunting like that.
Let's not take
a
little bit of that in you.
I got a little bit of it in me. Oh, I like to look good now.
Do you now?
No. Make no mistake about that. I do believe in me. But the point that I'm trying to make to you is that I would never floss like that. Right. But he reminds us that he earned it. He said, what did he say to me when I interviewed him? I pay my taxes. I do what I have to do. I earned every penny. Y'all will applaud some dude that used to rob folks in the street, but then he turns around and resurrects his life. But I never did any of that. I've been boxing since I was 2 years old. I'm an unblemished, undefeated world champion. You know, for the last 15 years or so, Manny Pacquiao was named Fighter of the Decade. He got 5 losses. Floyd is undefeated, and Manny Pacquiao gets the award over him. At every turn, somebody has looked to diminish the level of greatness that this man has displayed. And I'm telling you, for me, and I'm not going to, a lot of people apologize for this stuff. I am not. In this particular instance, I'm going to root for the brother. I'm not apologizing for that. I'm not apologizing for that. Listen, Manny Pacquiao, hold on. Manny Pacquiao is and this is a lesson for everybody else, too. You understand? If you've got some people, if you're from a different community, if you're Mexican, if you're Puerto Rican, Latino overall, Dominican, doesn't matter. If you got somebody from your crib, from your hood that you want to root for, there's no crime in that.
Nope.
I'm looking at Manny Pacquiao. I love Manny Pacquiao. Person, great fighter, the whole bit. But he's from the Philippines, and everybody treats him better than they treat Floyd. And I'm going like this. As a boxer, I'm like, wait a minute. He's not Floyd. In the ring, he's never been Floyd. And he ain't going to be Floyd tomorrow night. I'm not apologizing for that.
Here's the problem with your argument.
Sure.
Floyd is no longer Floyd.
Okay.
You're living in the past. This man is 38 years of age. He ran and ran and ran from a bad matchup of a fight with Manny Pacquiao and finally got shamed into taking it so that he could remove the potential asterisk from his undefeated record, because you and I would have asked him for the rest of his career, why didn't you fight Manny Pacquiao? I don't believe he wants to fight Manny Pacquiao, but now he's got to. He's lost a little hand speed, bless you, and bless Floyd, for that matter, tomorrow night. He has lost some hand speed. He doesn't have the foot speed that Manny has. You're going to see this manifest itself quickly tomorrow night in rounds 1, 2, and 3. Later in the show, we're going to break it down round by round, and I will explain and educate you on how it will break down from round to round. But here's my final point, and this is a key strategic point. Freddie Roach, 7-time trainer of the year, is not in Floyd's corner. Listen, I have nothing but respect for Floyd's ring brilliance. He's the best defensive fighter ever. But he's had some issues with his father. His father obviously is now back in his corner. That's a huge advantage for Manny Pacquiao. Freddie Roach is really good on the fly in these big fights.
I cannot let that end there. First of all, as you know, I spoke to Freddie Roach 2 days ago, and then yesterday while I was doing my radio show, he actually interrupted me to tell me he wears a size 8, the shoes that he wants me to buy him. Freddie Roach interrupted my show to tell me he wears a size 8 because those are the Tom Ford shoes he wants me to get him when Pacquiao knocks Mayweather out in the 9th round. Okay, I told him I'm a size 13, bigger, stronger, faster, the whole bit, and Floyd Mayweather will handle his business. But I'm going to tell you something right now. You talk about how Floyd is not the same Floyd. First of all, we'll see about that, number one. Number two, it ain't even required. And last time I checked, Freddie Roach was in his corner when he got put to sleep, too. Freddie Roach was the one that was on the record saying he thought he was dead for a second. His business manager sat up there and said he thought he was dead. You could talk to me about trainers all day long, but they can't fight for you. And last but not least, Floyd Mayweather Sr. Let's keep this in mind. Miguel Cotto fought Floyd Mayweather, Floyd Money Mayweather. He hit him a lot. Roger was training him, who's a terrific trainer. The father went up to him, what the hell is going on? I don't like this. You're taking too many hits. What happens? The next several fights, Floyd Mayweather Sr. is trading him. And we see a level of defensive brilliance we hadn't seen from Floyd in years because his father wanted him to go back to making sure you missed punches. So what I'm saying to you is that father is in the ring. That father is in the ring against Freddie Roach. And you can hear Freddie Roach say a lot of things, but you ain't going to hear him disrespect the trainer in terms of his training acumen because Floyd Mayweather Sr. knows something about boxing too. And more importantly, he knows his son. And it's with him that his son's defensive brilliance was elevated. Oh, man, he's in trouble. The boy's in trouble. The boy's in trouble.
Kind sir.
I'm telling you.
This is the last time I'm going to say this. You continually, because it's all you got left, and I appreciate that, but you continually bring up the last Marquez fight and the knockout. I'm going to tell you one last time, Manny Pacquiao has wanted Floyd Mayweather for 5 long years. He did not want to fight Marquez for a 4th time. A 4th time. He's winning on every card. He let his mind wander, and he let his jaw wander right into a shot because he didn't want to be there. He wanted Floyd, and now he's got Floyd, and here we go.
Well, you pounding the desk ain't going to hurt
Well,
Mayweather.
Take a look. They're showing your video.
That's not going to hurt Mayweather.
It's on the side.
And Floyd Mayweather Sr. said that Floyd was distracted for the first Madonna fight. You wouldn't go for that. If I brought that to your table, you wouldn't accept that as an excuse. Why are you accepting it when Manny Pacquiao got put to sleep?
The crowd here at the MGM Grand Pool Complex, not necessarily at the pool, but watching us on First Take. We're on the road. This is our final show in Las Vegas right before the big fight on May 2nd. So we are moving on to round 2. I'm Carrie Champion. That is Skip Bayless. That's Stephen A. Smith. We had a tight round 1. So let's keep it going. We're talking about the Spurs. They were just a win away from wrapping up the series. Now it's tied at 3-all. Blake Griffin finished with 26 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, while helping the Clippers hold Tim Duncan with just 12 points. DeAndre Jordan rebounded. He also had a big game. Coach Pop talked about the loss.
We lost because, the Clippers were determined, physical, focused, played harder than we did. We were soft with loose balls. We were soft. We'd get a rebound. They'd knock it out of our hands. Hard time getting open. I thought their physicality in that regard was great. And we were just soft, and it hurt. I don't know how we stayed in the game, to be honest with you. We should be embarrassed at the way we came out for a closeout game in every regard.
So we were soft and it hurt. That's Coach Pop talking about the loss last night. Skip, did they cost themselves the series?
No, they did not. Before this series started, I predicted Spurs in 7. And they are going to win Game 7 at Staples Center on Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. For some reason, I've told you this all year, the defending champs, my Spurs, have to do it the hard way this year. And now they're going to have to do it the hardest way against a hot team, the best offensive team in pro basketball, on its home floor in a Game 7. I told you yesterday I did not trust them at home in a closeout game. And 2 minutes into the game, as Ernestine will attest to you, I called her and I said, they are going to lose this game because the Clippers want this game a lot more than they do. Pop's right. I have no idea how they hung in, but the only way they did is Marco Bellinelli came off the bench and drained 7 threes, 4 in a row in the second quarter that gave them a 9-point lead that they couldn't even hang on to. Too late that gave them a chance they did not deserve to have. I am with Pop. They were flat out soft last night. It was hard for me to watch, and it was hard for me to stomach. But I keep telling you, the starters are having a hard time against the Clippers starters. Do you believe the stat last night? My starters got outscored 87-48 last night. Think about that. Starters versus starters last night, 87-48. Every game seems to start with my starters being overmatched by the Clippers starters. Tony Parker is not right. He has no lift on his jump shot, can't make a jump shot. Tiago Splitter shouldn't even be on the floor. He's a shell of himself. Manu Ginobili, not a starter. I hate to say it, but he's starting to look done to me, and that's a huge piece missing coming off the bench, changing life for the San Antonio Spurs. But guess what happens now? The pressure shifts to Chris Paul and Blake Griffin at home to win a Game 7. They were great last night. J.J. Redick was great last night. Let's see what they got. I'm going with my Spurs on guts and guile, on heart and head, in a Game 7 that they're going to know how to win a little better than the Clippers know how to win. And again, you can say it's a good thing or a bad thing, but my Spurs did win Game 2 out there and did win Game 5 out there, and they will win Game 7 out there.
Would it surprise me at all? I picked the Spurs to win this series in 6 games. They should have won it last night. They didn't come to play. But I got something. I'm going to say something on national TV that I've never said in my career. I thought Greg Popovich lost the game for San Antonio last night. And the reason why I thought he lost the game last night is not because everything that he said about his team is absolutely right, but they were still in a position to take it. All they had to do was hack a Jordan. And they didn't do it. They laid off. There were several occasions last night when DeAndre Jordan went to the free throw line and just looked completely flustered. And we all know this is a guy that shoots 39% from the free throw line. If he shoots 50, it's, of course, a celebration and a parade for the free throw line. Okay? And this guy was missing free throws, and Greg Popovich actually went away from not fouling him. And I'm like, wait a minute. You got to disrupt the momentum, because we all know, you can talk about physicality all you want, Skip. We all know that the Clippers, in terms of their starting 5, are a juggernaut. We know that they are lethal. Blake Griffin showed up, scored 8 points in the fourth quarter last night, pivotal. Chris Paul didn't hit any field goals in the first half, came out, was just flat out balling. Looked absolutely sensational in the second half. He looked like CP3, okay? So you've got that. I know J.J. Redick can make jump shots, but you got to convince me he's going to show up like that in the Game 7. Jamal Crawford, you know how much I love Jamal Crawford, the way he boogies on people, but he ain't making shots the way he's accustomed to making shots. He's got to step up. This is Game 7. You know what I feel about Game 7. It's pressurized moments. Palms get sweaty, behinds get tight. We find out the men from the boys in a Game 7. The San Antonio Spurs have nothing to prove in that regard. They have been here. They have done that. Are you going to tell me that Kawhi Leonard is going to shoot 3 or 15 in the Game 7? That ain't going to happen. You can book that. He will play a better game. Also about Pop. Why didn't you leave Marco Bellinelli in longer? There were gaps in the second half where Marco Bellinelli wasn't on the floor. He was draining shots all over the place. And Danny Green is obviously still struggling. Go away from him. Go with Bellinelli and ride the wave. Do what you got to do. Go away from Ginobili if you have to. Ride the wave with Marco Bellinelli. He didn't do that. And listen, Pop is the best in the game. He's pretty close to flawless. He's a 5-time champion. But last night, there were a couple of things that he usually does that he didn't do. And by the way, Tim Duncan's not going to play 31 minutes in Game 7. He'll play longer than that.
He'll play 40 if he has to. I'm glad you brought up Popovich, and I do agree with your second point especially. you have to go with Patty Mills and Bellinelli down the stretch. He put him in too late, but once he put him in, good things started to happen
That's right.
again. But you know what he is? He is ride or die with his big three.
Ginobili, yes.
Ginobili is part of the big three. Tony Parker is part of the big three. They're limited at best. Tim Duncan's 39 years of age. He's ride or die down the stretch to a fault. Now back to Hackett Jordan. Did you catch in the second quarter when there was a lull in the action, Chris Paul went over to Pop and had a conversation with him? Now, I tried to find if anybody asked Pop about it. I couldn't find, so I could be, I'm not sure.
I saw them talking,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm not sure what transpired. I'm guessing at this. I'm guessing Chris Paul was saying, because they had done their first Hackett Jordan at that moment, I'm guessing, only guessing, that Chris Paul said to Pop, hey, you could be the greatest coach ever. Why do you have to resort to this? Aren't you better than this? Why are you doing this to us? And maybe it got in Pop's brain because he loves Chris Paul. He respects the heck out of Chris Paul. Chris Paul has bedeviled him before. And maybe down the stretch he finally said, you know what, maybe this time in a closeout game I got to beat him straight up. And I'm with you. I kept saying, just do it. Just go ahead and do it.
You know, I don't want to summarily dismiss that, Skip, but I can't imagine that. I can't imagine, because that comes across as Chris Paul begging for sympathy or begging for mercy. Because, Lord, listen, what can you do? I mean, if you're Chris Paul, think about it. You're Chris Paul. You're a superstar point guard. You ball the way you're balling. You actually shoot 90% for the free throw line. I can't imagine Chris Paul going over to the competition and be like, could you please cut me a break here? Don't send my guy to the free throw
it's
line.
saying play me straight up.
Yeah, but
That's not a break.
I don't. It's part of the game. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that
something
Chris
was
Paul,
going on, man, because they had a long. They must have talked for 2 minutes.
Popovich talks to a lot of guys,
Yep.
man. He talks to a lot of people all the time. I can't imagine Chris Paul doing that. I
Okay,
just can't.
so bottom line,
Yeah.
you were still rooting for Doc's team.
Yes.
But your head is telling you Spurs.
My head
gonna
is
figure
telling
it
me
out.
Spurs will figure it out, but I will be ecstatic if I am wrong, because I do not want to go back to the Riverwalk.
The
if I don't
Riverwalk,
have to.
Law? No? You don't want to be there?
I will be ecstatic if you are right. That's what I will be.
Geico presents Strange Savings Stories. Astronomers detected an interstellar transmission. It stated, Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. The implications were staggering. Was the cosmos telling us we could all save hundreds on car insurance with Geico? Or did their radar merely pick up a signal from the nearby Rufus and Clyde's morning show? We may never know.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Time for round 3, ladies and gentlemen. We are discussing Jameis Winston. We're mixing in fights with football, with draft. Round 3. I apologize. So loud I can't hear myself. It's early. We're excited. We really appreciate that. Thank you. Let's talk about Jameis Winston. After he was selected with the first pick from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he posted a photo on his Instagram which read, "Thanks, Captain, for the crab legs." It was a picture of him eating crab legs, his girlfriend sitting behind him. And you all know the incident that happened back in April 2014. He was cited for taking some crab legs out of a local supermarket in his neighborhood. He said later on, after it was all said and done, that he was given to the crab legs by an employee for free and that he did not steal them. So, Skip, we don't have the caption here, but it was pretty popular. It went viral.
I saw it.
So, did you have a problem with it?
Carrie, Stephen A., I had a big problem with this. It shook me up when I saw it, and it gave me pause because I have raved about Jameis Winston so long on this show. I have said he was the no doubt #1 overall pick as a natural-born accurate passer, as a high football IQ quarterback, as a clutch player in fourth quarters again and again, as the potential face of a franchise leader. And then this happens. This is not a laughing matter because in the end, no matter how you slice it, I know the other day he said he had the hookup at the grocery store and that the employee that he had the hookup with just happened not to be there that day. It still came across. I'm trying here because I like the heck out of Jameis.
But
But it's look, no matter how you slice it, he stole the crab legs. And that's all anybody remembers at this point. And obviously, I think somebody from his franchise got a hold of him pretty quickly. It could have been Lovie Smith. It could have been the GM. It could have been somebody from ownership and said, that's not a laughing matter. We've got to let that one go and move onward and upward to help you become the face of our franchise. So obviously he took it down. And Stephen A., in the end, I still believe in Jameis Winston, but it struck me as a red flag of, is it possible that for the last 4 months he was on his best behavior, and then once he got drafted, he turned back into the real Jameis? That's a scary thought. That's a scary thought for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't believe that, but that's why it gave me pause when I saw that photo posted.
It could just be a sign that he still needs to grow. He is
I
immature.
hope so. I've said that he's going to mature into the face of a franchise. Your thoughts?
We respectfully disagree. When we talk about Jameis Winston, I understand where you're coming from, and that's why I use the word respectfully. But you have to understand something. If you are Jameis Winston, you're the star quarterback in Tallahassee, Florida, for the Florida State Seminoles. You're a national champion. You're a Heisman Trophy winner. It is not beyond the scope to surmise that he probably has a lot of perks, and that indeed he did not steal the crab legs. So when you say he stole the crab legs, what he's trying to say to you is, no, he didn't steal the crab legs. And if he knows, I'm not talking about, because your point is valid when we're talking about the issue of perception, and everybody out here needs to pay attention that perception sometimes is reality, and you got to be cognizant of that. You just can't ignore perception. But if he knows the reality is that he did not steal, okay, and he was the star quarterback that had some perks, then this could be his subtle way of reminding y'all made a big deal out of something that wasn't a big deal at all. And I'm not going to allow anybody to walk around thinking that I have to be mindful of myself being seen as a thief when I know that I am not. So for me, I took it an entirely different way than you did. I understand, and you, I know, understand this in your heart of hearts, that when you are in the eye of the storm, when the haters, the liars, the naysayer comes at you, what's the purpose that they're really, really serving for you psychologically? It's to strengthen your jaw, bro. It's to toughen you up. It's to zero in your focus. And to me, the night he's drafted, #1 overall, it's him saying to everybody, not only did I not steal, but I'm front and center here tonight as the #1 overall pick in spite of how y'all tried to take me down. There are people who think like that. I'm not saying they're always right.
Yep.
I'm not saying you're wrong in what you're saying. I'm saying that no matter what we think, he knows what happens. And if he's saying that he didn't steal, then him putting that out as a reminder, he's saying, I don't want it squashed. I'm not running from this because I know what the truth is. Now the Tampa Bay Buccaneers might have came to him and said, get rid of that, because we don't need that reminder.
Yep.
But he's saying, I have nothing to run from because I ain't do what they said I did. And I can relate to that.
Would you agree from Tampa Bay's perspective, it's not a laughing matter?
I would believe that in Tampa Bay's perspective, it's not a laughing matter because, again, perception is reality. You're talking about people marketing their brand, and they're trying to create and generate revenue for their brand. And if your star quarterback, who you just drafted #1, is reminding a bunch of people out there who believe he's a thief, all right, of the incident in question, that doesn't help their bottom line.
Yep.
So where they should be alarmed about is making sure that Jameis Winston receives the message, my man, it ain't about you.
Right.
It's about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that's the right message to send to him, but understand he wasn't thinking about that.
Yep.
He was thinking about him being perceived as a thief. And he feels like the truth is otherwise, and that's what he wanted to say. That's what I took from it.
Okay, well, the bottom line here is I think we both agree we still believe in this young man.
Yes, we
being
do.
a very successful professional quarterback.
I agree.
Yeah.
We wish him the best of luck, and
Yes, we
obviously let's make some better decisions.
And when he does something stupid, we'll be all over it.
Yes, we will. On to the fourth, shall we? We're talking about Marcus Mariota, the other quarterback in the draft. Apparently, there was there's round 4 happening. We're in Vegas. Thanks for pointing that out, Bayless. appreciate it. Yeah, okay. Marcus Mariota obviously went to the Tennessee Titans, but according to NFL.com, Eagles offered two first-round picks, a third-round pick, defensive end Fletcher Cox, linebacker Michael Kendricks, and defensive back Brandon Boykin. These are all people that they allegedly offered, and a second overall pick, 2 first-round picks again, for Marcus Mariota. I mean, they tried to empty the bank. Obviously, Chip Kelly is denying it. He's saying that's not necessarily true. But do you think the Titans made the right choice with going with Marcus Mariota, Skip?
Before I answer your question, Carrie,
Yes.
Stephen A., indulge me this. I just got to make a quick comment about our commissioner of the National Football League.
Oh, he can't get his name out.
When he announced the pick, he called it
Mariotto.
Mariotto. Mariotto. He said Marcus Mariotto. This is the number 2 overall pick in your draft. This is going to be...
He's a busy man.
Like, come on.
He has things going on.
Well, what are you doing? I mean, he's been bad enough as it is, and then he can't even get this kid's name right?
True.
Come on.
He was working.
Seriously.
He's working on Deflategate.
catch that?
He was working on Deflategate. He couldn't work on that.
I kind of agree with Skip.
No, you do.
Okay.
Get it right, not Marcus Mariota.
You are the commissioner. You would have got his name right if you wanted to penalize him.
You're right about that.
Well said.
He'd have got that. He'd have got it right
Yeah.
then.
All right,
He'd
back
remember
to
his
the
name
question.
Back to
perfectly.
Carrie's question.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on Mariota as the number 2 pick in the draft. And I think he's going to have a hard time because now he's going to get thrown into the fire for a below-average team, and he is going to struggle next year. And I don't see how, after you take him that high, you can't play him. You're going to have to start him over Zach Mettenberger or Whitehurst next year. So again, he's going to have a long, hard road because he's not ready for this. Maybe one day he would. I was hoping Chip Kelly would get a hold of him. Apparently, Chip tried and failed. But in this case, to me, I don't think the Tennessee Titans were sold on Mariota because clearly from the start they admitted they were not sold. They said, well, after we had different sessions with him, he started to grow on us. What grew on them was the runaway pressure publicly to take him because so many people voiced interest in him to move up to number 2 and draft him there. And I think when so many calls kept coming in, the Titans finally said, God, are we going to look foolish if we take the package and give away Mariota here when he could be our guy? And so I think they were forced in by public pressure into making a mistake. Again, Chip Kelly tried. There was a report from NFL.com about what the package was, 2 firsts, a third, maybe 3 players. Chip Kelly said no players were involved. He obviously has to say now no players are involved because those players are still Eagles.
Yeah.
And by the way, I now feel a little sorry for one Sam Bradford because now they have open negotiations with Sam because they have no choice in Philly but to keep him in Philadelphia. And apparently they didn't really want to keep him. If I'm Marcus Mariota, I'm thinking, gee, did the Titans really want me from the start? I'm not sure it's a great fit for him. I'm not sure it's the right place. He got taken too high, and I think he will pay a long-term price for that.
Once again, we disagree. Let me say this. I wasn't as high. I'm not as high on Marcus Mariota as a lot of other people are. But I'm certainly not as low on him as you were because you said you wouldn't have taken him in the first round.
Well, unless I'm sold on somebody, I don't take him in the first round.
Right.
I'll take him in the second.
I disagree with that. The quarterback position is the most important position on the football field. You're Tennessee. Who do you have? Whitehurst, Mettenberger? I mean, to me, you take Mariota by default. To be quite honest with you, when you got those 2 as your quarterback, that's a point. The other point to bring in is that when you talk about whatever trepidation or apprehension Tennessee may have, take into account the fact that you had a head coach in Wisenhunt who likes to have veteran quarterbacks. He doesn't like to have to tutor in school, etc. Sure. He wants guys who are basically finished products that he can simply implement his system with, and from there they can be effective. Okay, in other words, as a head coach, he likes to do the least amount of work as possible when it comes to the quarterback position. Mariota obviously is coming into the NFL. He will be a rookie. But they talk about, and again, John Gruden did an incredible convincing job with me when he was with Mel Kiper in the quarterback camp. He talked about Mariota. What did he say? He's more athletic than Jameis Winston.
Definitely.
He threw more. He threw less interceptions. He threw 14 interceptions in his career. Jameis Winston threw more than that in a season. Okay. He talked about beating Winston straight up. He talked about his athleticism. He said, "Who's the better athlete? Who has the better wheels?" He said, and by the way, his IQ is off the charts in football parlance, and he's a guy that's going to be in the film room. So when you take all those things into consideration and take into account the fact that he's the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, all right, the man has balled. And when you're talking about it being the quarterback position, and you don't really have a quarterback, I don't know how you could pass it. Then last but not least, if the Eagles are offering the house and the Browns are trying to offer the 12 to 19 pick, and all of these teams are picking up the phone, it's not about saying, well, it's public pressure, I guess we got to take him. It's about saying, wait a minute, what are we missing? Why do they want him so bad? Okay, let's see what he's got. Because remember, it's not like they can't trade him. It's not like they can't trade Marcus Mariota. There's still a possibility.
Yep, it is.
So you keep your options open because you've got a marquee dude that you can move or you can keep. And at the very least, he's going to be better than what you have. So what's the problem?
Okay, my problem is this. This is a great kid. He's very impressive because to coaches, NFL long-term coaches, long-time coaches, that they see him as so coachable. They want to work with him because he will be such a pleasure to be around. That does not translate onto the football field. I'm telling you again, I'm going to stand by this. I watched him a lot in college. He's not a consistently accurate pocket passer. He was somewhat a product of a fast break Oregon Ducks offense that blew the doors off people, kept everyone on their heels, and he ran that beautifully. But he's not going to be running that offense next year. I didn't see great feel for the game. We saw that in the championship game when he'd start to come apart. He doesn't have a great feel for his second and third options. He hasn't had to do much of that. And finally, I don't feel command from him. Jameis has command about him. He has charisma and command. Where Jameis ducks into the huddle and says, we are going to get this done, you're going to follow Jameis. I don't think you're going to follow Marcus Mariota. We're talking about the number 2 overall pick. We're talking about a decision that Tennessee, if they keep him, will impact them for the next 5 years. And I think it's a shaky decision.
You may disagree with this, but, I mean, I think Bill Polian is great. He has an exceptional resume. He's former executive of the year in Indianapolis. He now does a fantastic job for this network. I was on the phone with him yesterday, and he talked about comparisons to Joe Montana from this respect. He said Joe was Joe Cool. Wasn't a rah-rah kind of guy. The kind of demeanor that he had didn't lend itself towards making you believe he's going to be the quintessential leader that you're looking for. He said, but number one, his level of productivity spoke louder than anything else. And once you realized how great he was, all he needed to do was whisper in your direction. All I'm saying is that when we look
real quick, I was around Joe Montana.
I know, that's why I said that.
He had quiet confidence about him that just oozed.
But
you were in the room with him and you just knew he was the guy.
But the Oregon players say the same thing about Mariota. So what I'm trying to say is that if we don't know for sure, then all we have to go on is his resume. And his resume is pretty impeccable.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Last point. Since the Peyton Manning draft, I think it was 1998, there have been 43 quarterbacks taken in the first round. This is going into last night. 27 busts out of 43. Think of the odds of that. Mistakes. Listen, the odds are a bunch of mistakes got made last night. You know it and I know it. It's an inexact science that we're doing.
But you also wrote a column talking about the mistakes you made in terms of quarterbacks that you supported. What I'm saying is, but you still have to take the chance because they're the quarterbacks.
Okay, but I did make a mistake because they were all successful early on, but they were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, but it could be
Robert Griffin got hurt.
But I'm saying your list could attribute to some degree to that. The bus could fall under that category as well. So all I'm trying to say is that when it comes to the quarterback position, you got to take chances.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for round 5. Things got a little exciting. They're letting you know who the guest is already. It's 50 Cent. Actor. He's a rapper. He's an entrepreneur. He's in a new film called Southpaw. That's a boxing film that's coming out this summer. I'm sure you can't hear me. Everybody, welcome in 50 Cent, will you? So I'm on your Instagram. I'm strolling through, and you essentially said, you put up this post, and you were with Mayweather,
Right.
and you said, Champ is going to win, and all this hype is really for no big deal. You essentially said, that's it, he'll win the fight, so that's who you're picking.
Yeah, this is. You know, the energy surrounding this one is big, man. It's you can feel the morale even out here this morning. You know, and he needs to hear me say that also, that he's going to win, to put that into his actual head, because Floyd don't know how to lose.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If we tie our shoes here in the competition without you knowing it.
Okay, but listen, we have to ask you, because at first you guys had some beef, and now you're back good. How do we get to this bench?
It's just like your brothers and sisters argue with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like if he says something, it's bigger and it gets more coverage because of the positions that we're in our lives right now. But if your younger brother is the biggest fighter in the world,
All right.
who tells him what to do? Like it's tough to tell him what to do, and everybody around is codependent. So when I say something, I don't need anything from him.
Yeah, you made that clear on the gram. Let's make it official. He's picking Mayweather. So can we put it up on the board?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick.
All right. Now educate this man as to why you believe, I'm sorry, I apologize. Why you know
I know. I'm
that
sure
Mayweather is going to win this fight.
Well, you know, I'm sure that you know the fight is gonna start round one. That they're gonna put the pressure on and come right across the ring at him and everything. And Floyd can fight in the pocket. He just doesn't force himself to do it if he doesn't have to. And they're gonna find that out quick. And I mean,
You saying he's going to run?
no, I think it could get messy if he come in there thinking that it's okay to just come in there out of control. He might get that Marquez.
Okay.
He might get that. That's what I'm saying.
Let me get this straight. This is actually music to Manny Pacquiao's ears
Right.
if he's watching. And he does watch our show, as does Freddie Roach. They would love it if Floyd would engage in round one. Is that what you think he will do?
Don't expect him to run. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like I'm saying, they think he's going to just run from him, and it's like we're going to establish right away that you shouldn't think that.
Okay.
You know, like if we ain't going to take no unnecessary beatings, that's what his whole career has been about. You know, sport of boxing is not about that.
How much does it concern you that your man is now 38 years of age?
Oh, man, don't you got George Foreman? What did this do with Bernard Hopkins? You know what I'm saying? Like you got fighters there, and if you ain't been losing, if you ain't been taking the beating, you said we've been running, they've been missing.
Boy, I really have tried to help Skip understand this. Maybe you could help him. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao is 57-5-2. That adds up to 64 fights. Floyd has 46 fights.
Right.
And Manny Pacquiao has taken more of a beating in the 64 fights than Floyd has taken in the 46. So actually Floyd, despite the birth certificate, is the younger fighter.
He is.
Because less activity and less of a beating.
And Manny looked like he died when Marquez hit him.
That's right.
We might got a whole new fighter. They brought him back to life.
As I have tried to explain to my partner, Manny Pacquiao did not want to fight Marquez for a fourth time.
Right.
All he has wanted for 5 years is tomorrow night. I can't believe it's here. It's like
That's
surreal
exciting.
that it finally got here. Listen,
is.
your man has run and run from him because your man is such a ring genius that he knows this is a bad matchup for him.
You know what?
Manny Pacquiao, I'll boo yourself.
Now, to your credit, it is going to be the toughest fight.
It will be
the toughest fight, and you don't take unnecessary tough fights.
Do you know how unorthodox Manny can be? Because he's quick side to side, and he's left-handed,
and
obviously.
After the Marquez knockout, there's nothing matter with Manny's lateral movement. He's going to still be able to do what he's been able to do.
So all you guys got is one knockout in a fight he didn't want to fight.
All we got.
That's all
when
you got.
When he wins the fight, when he wins, he got it now. We're going to have to give it to him.
Okay.
Right? Because ain't nobody else. We can fight a cab driver after this.
You may. You know what? And by the way, Floyd kept talking to you about retirement, how much he's going to embrace retirement, which is coming he wants to be out in September, right? Not that far away.
In September.
And it should scare you a little bit that your man is already thinking his mind is going to retirement. No. While Manny Pacquiao's mind just wants one thing, to vanquish this man as the face of boxing.
Did Manny Pacquiao's daddy eat his dog?
Yes, he did.
Doesn't any of this stuff factor into psychologically what's going on with him right now? It's all kind of stuff going on. He just in the interview talking about his daddy ate his dog. It's dramatic. This whole thing is really getting to him.
Killed the dog for food. See, Manny Pacquiao had to leave home at 14 because they couldn't feed him anymore. He had to go fight in the streets for $1 a fight just so he could have some food. Well, listen, there's some will going on there.
It is something interesting.
Floyd
And his
been up
mama
against
doing
anything.
voodoo?
Where'd you hear that?
a lot going on here.
What report was that?
That will have no impact on this fight.
Okay, so you know, I would say you probably know Floyd better than most. Are there any nerves at all? What has he done differently in preparation for this fight? Different demeanor? Is he behaving differently? Or is it just the
he's
same?
concentrating on the work. Like, if you notice, you haven't seen as much. Like, you see more, like, junk talk from Manny than you've seen from Floyd during this
Freddie
fight.
Roach primarily, though.
Yeah, like, but you hear Manny saying he want to be his friend after he whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying?
And want to introduce him to you know, we want to talk to him about his relationship with God. That's what he said.
Yeah, we need to sit down and talk to him about God and dinner after we get his eye open. After we get his eye open from the match. Like,
Let me ask you this question.
Wait. Hold on just a second. You know, it strikes me, you were really back on that Floyd bandwagon. You were off it for a long time.
Let me explain it to you.
You were off it, way off it.
He explained it. He said, no, wait, no. He said they had beef, and they're cool now.
I understand that because you must be an only child. Like, I'm an only child myself. See, look, we go and switch. Look,
Then tell him what you
if I have an issue with him,
right,
I'm gonna say what my issue is, and I won't hold my tongue. Right? So if your younger brother had you invest $2 million and then turned around and said, I don't want to do it.
Uh-oh.
Like, he don't know what happened. I don't go sue him because it's my brother.
Okay.
I don't go through any of those other, you know, the business portions of it.
So how did you settle that?
You go through, I cussed him out.
Okay.
Yes, you did. Again and again and again.
I got you.
That's just that.
Okay. And how did he respond?
Well, he didn't say much. You know, he just said, he knows why I was upset the whole time. Like, it's like even the general public understands it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Okay.
It's understood. I mean, listen, I spoke to him about it. The fact is he's absolutely right in terms of what he said and what he said to Floyd. And it is what it is. But in the end, what it comes down to is this. If I'm speaking out of turn for you, please correct me. Now you in the fight of your life. Because everybody is looking at you. You 47-0, and they saying, you know, you got a lot of people out there saying, not only are you going to lose, but your legacy is going to be tarnished because if you lose this fight, it's going to discredit everything you worked for, and that's a source of motivation.
And
Am I wrong?
to a man that done lost 5 fights. If you did lose, what would it matter? He would still be the greatest fighter technically. Unless you want to argue that he ran from the fight,
that's right.
So he didn't do the fight when you wanted him to do the fight.
5 years ago.
Yeah, like, so now, without doing it 5 years ago, we wouldn't know if this fight would have the energy around it that it has right now.
Okay, why do you think it took so long?
Because it's a tough fight, and there's no real reason for you to take that tough fight until you have to. Strategically, you put it in a place where he's at the climax of his career.
Wouldn't you agree that Floyd, in the end, had no choice but to fight him because there had been a big asterisk on that 48-0 or whatever it ended up, 49-0, right? You have to fight Manny Pacquiao.
Well, yeah. I think the sport of boxing doesn't like fighters to retire undefeated.
Oh.
Well, without having fought your chief rival of your era, right?
Right, and I think that just look, they don't want you to break the records. You know that.
Floyd.
That's what makes it, just get their fingers crossed. Ooh, let's hope you lose.
Floyd,
he's fighting the sport along with Manny Pacquiao.
Well, I think most people are on Floyd's side. This crowd's way on Floyd's side.
But you're saying the boxing industry is not on his side.
Right.
That's what
the sport
that's
itself
what
is not.
Exactly.
Hello. Floyd Mayweather Sr. told me yesterday they're not going into this fight looking for a decision. Because they, like he said, they really, you know, you talk about the camp, the Mayweather camp. They firmly believe that boxing doesn't want somebody like him to retire undefeated. The whole thing is they don't believe a decision, even in Vegas, will work in his favor. They almost feel like they have to dominate this fight, if not knock out.
But wait a second. Do you know how many billions of dollars Floyd Mayweather Jr. has brought into this city?
I agree.
Right.
Just billions.
And we still got to do 90 days for some bumps, for some real small. Man, we should be getting a pass.
All right, so before we
Shouldn't
let
be
you
going
go,
to jail for 90 days. It's a stimulus package.
Southpaw, you got a movie coming out. Can you tell us about it? We got to get you out of here. Southpaw coming out in the summer?
Yeah,
tell me about it.
Southpaw, the movie is great, man. It's directed by Antoine Fuqua. starring Jake Gyllenhaal. I play a supporting role in it. He did some work, man. He was training for five months, twice a day. Antoine Fuqua worked out with him, so they had a special bond as director in the league. And I played Jordan Maines in there. I played the promoter and manager.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of Al, a little bit of Don.
Boxing a little bit.
I thought you were say, yeah.
Yeah, so I got in there and I got a chance to do. I used some of the experience that I learned from the working in the sport because of Floyd.
All right.
You know, so I was able to use it there, and I'm excited about the project. I think everyone will love it. It's out July 24th.
I have a better question. When's Power coming back?
June 6th.
That's all we care about.
Where's Power coming back?
All right, listen.
Power is a good show.
On Showtime. His film.
You ain't see it, right?
Oh, I've seen it. I love it.
First Take on the road in Vegas. We're about to break down the fight in just a second, but we want to remind you to check out our DJ Steve Porter video leading up to the big fight. Go to our YouTube page, or you can go to Twitter and check it out there. Let us know what you think. We definitely want to get your reaction. Again, we're about to break down the fight round by round. Skip Bayless, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Stephen A. Smith, you always ready?
Of course.
Of course. That's what we have to do. So we're going to talk about how the fight will play out round by round. Skip, you first.
Round one. Here we go. Pacquiao is going to come out crazed on the attack. He's going to have Floyd on his heels, playing frantic defense the whole round, and Pacquiao will score early and often and win round one easily. Pacquiao.
Round one. Manny Pacquiao will come out recognizing immediately that he's in the ring with a bigger fighter, recognizing the brilliance of Floyd Mayweather. He will initially start out cautious. As a result, Floyd will sit there and he'll be like, hey, I'm here, just so you know. He'll win that round on points. Mayweather round one.
Round two.
Round two. I have been predicting for months, if not years on this show.
Years.
Floyd will get rocked in this fight. He will get cut in this fight. There will be blood in round two. I say Manny's going to catch him a couple of good times in round two, and I say maybe there'll be a little cut under Floyd's eye, and again, Pacquiao wins round two easily.
Pacquiao will come out a little bit more aggressive in round two, less cautious. Floyd will be trying to figure him out, may lay back a little bit, not engage in too much activity. As a result, Manny Pacquiao will win round number two on points.
Trace, my friend.
Round three. I say this is where Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s character starts to flash through. This is where you start to see 47-0 as he starts to figure out the cadence and the rhythm of the fight. I say it'll be maybe his best round of the fight, and I say that Floyd will regroup and win this round easily.
Nope, Floyd's not going to win this round either. Manny Pacquiao is going to win this round because he's going to elevate. His confidence is going to continue to increase. He'll be a little bit more aggressive, and Floyd will be measuring him up. Again, he's not going to get hit with any devastating shots or anything like that, but Manny Pacquiao will start to throw punches and bunches. The judges will see that, and they will give Manny Pacquiao round three as well.
All right, let's go and recap quickly for the folks at home in case you're just now rejoining us. We got some help from our pick'em board. We're going to go round by round picks recap. For the first three, Skip says Manny 2-1, Stephen A. also at 2-1. Take a look there.
Yeah. Pacquiao 2-1. Got it.
You got it?
Yep.
All right. Round four.
Round four. This is where it's going to get real. This is going to be the most debatable and evenly matched round of the fight. I say there are going to be frantic exchanges back and forth that will make this fight worth every penny that you're about to pay for it. And I'm going to say that Pacquiao will prevail barely, though debatably, in this round.
By this time, Floyd Mayweather has Manny Pacquiao figured out. Pacquiao is coming in. Floyd's going to catch him with a check left hook. All right? I don't know whether he's going to drop him or whether or not he's going to stun him. But either scenario is going to lead to Manny Pacquiao finally feeling the sting of Floyd Mayweather. He will be awakened. Floyd Mayweather wins this round because at the very least we see Manny Pacquiao wobbled.
Cinco, kids.
Cinco de Mayo?
Yes.
Round five. I say this is going to be a last stand round for Mr. 47-0. I'm going to say that Floyd will be on the attack here and will be more of the aggressor in this round, and that maybe this is where I will buy that Manny wobbles a bit. I say with a late flurry, Floyd, as he often does, will steal and win this round 5.
He'll win round 5, but it won't be stealing. It will be taking. There's a difference. You understand what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao will lay it out there for him because Manny Pacquiao will be right in front of him, and Floyd will start picking him apart piece by piece. Round 5, Mayweather.
Round
Man,
6.
all of a sudden, Pacquiao must be in trouble now, right?
He is. Round 6. He's in
My
trouble.
round 6, Manny Pacquiao starts to take control. I think he catches Floyd Mayweather Jr. a couple of times with a couple of good left-handed shots. I say that Stephen A. Smith is going to sit back during round 6 and say, uh-oh, I think Floyd is starting to look like he's in trouble in this fight. Easily, Pacquiao.
Pacquiao comes out with a level of aggression in round 6 that we hadn't seen in the previous 2 to 3 rounds. He catches Floyd with a couple of shots. He gets the round 6. The judges give it to him because Floyd, again, steps back a little bit, being as judicious as he always is. He loses this round.
Let me just do a quick recap. Through 6 rounds, guys. Take a look at our board. All right, so Skip and Stephen A. picking everything. Skip at Manny 4-2. Stephen A. tied 3-3. Round 7.
Stephen A. Smith, round 7 is where Manny Pacquiao flies out of his corner and is on the attack again, smelling blood, knowing Floyd is getting in more and more trouble. He catches him with a couple of big combos. Boom, 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 boom. And all of a sudden, to the shock of everybody here and the shock of this man, Floyd goes down. Down goes Mayweather. You better get ready for it. It is coming. A 7th round knockout. 47 and no. 47 and no. Floyd is knocked out in round 7. I don't need to speak anymore in this segment.
Where do you come up with these little sayings? 47
and no.
Where'd you get that? Just you can't.
I just made it up on the fly.
I see.
Just to get under his skin.
I see. I see.
It's not getting under my skin because we're talking about Mayweather fighting, and nothing gets under his skin, so why should it get under mine? The fact of the matter is that Manny Pacquiao wins round 6, but because he wins round 6, he comes out a little bit aggressive again, and what happens is that he immediately gets frustrated because he realizes Floyd is not flustered. 1 minute Floyd is standing in front of him. The next minute he's on the move. 1 minute he's countering him with a straight right or a check left hook. Another minute he's just laying back and making a miss. Either way, Manny Pacquiao by this time recognizes the level of frustration that kicks in with any fighter that steps into the ring with Floyd because he's unflappable. And as a result, Floyd ends up winning this round on points, but also continues to frustrate Manny because Manny can't believe that by round 7, I still don't have this man figured out. Okay. Mayweather, 7th round.
The stage is yours from here on because in my book, Floyd is asleep at this point.
Okay. Like Ambien asleep?
Yeah,
like taking a
he's
nap?
on Ambien, straight Ambien.
Like knocked out?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Well, first of all, in boxing, anybody can fall. We all know that. You get caught right, you can fall.
Okay.
So he can dream. It's okay. But the point is that the fight's going to continue. Manny Pacquiao is going to come out. Floyd's going to take a break in round 8 because, again, now that he's flustered Manny Pacquiao and he's frustrated him, Manny Pacquiao is going to be aggressive, but at the same time, he's trying to figure out what direction Manny is going to go in. So Manny's going to throw more punches than Floyd Mayweather in this round. As a result, he'll win round 8. They're tied 4-4 after 8 rounds. Round number 9, it starts to sink in because Floyd steps up the level of aggression. It's not just head shots, it's body shots. He's coming at Manny from all different kinds of directions. Manny Pacquiao is throwing blows, no doubt about it, but he's missing just as much as he's making. And as a result, he's also absorbing punishment. He's being softened up, okay? Sort of thawed out.
Yeah.
Round number 10. That's now round number 9. Mayweather has that. Round number 10. Manny Pacquiao, one last stand. He's coming at it. He's aggressive. He's throwing punches, but it doesn't matter. Why? Because Mayweather is still standing there. 1 minute, he's hitting you with a shot. Another minute, it's a headshot. It's a body shot. Another minute, he's making you miss. He's dancing around. He's going from his right to his left 1 minute, from his left to a right the next minute, and then the next minute he's standing in front of you. And Manny Pacquiao's like, what the hell is going on here? Mayweather wins that round too. And then he's like, yo, Freddie Roach is there. You're losing it, baby, imitating the late Angelo Dundee. You're losing it, baby. So Manny Pacquiao, understand it. He has nothing to lose. He elevates his level of aggression even more so because now desperate time call for desperate measures. And he sits there and he might hit Floyd with a good shot, thinking he got some. Then he sits there and taps his fist and jumps around and he comes up and lays right in. Bow! He's dropped. You understand? Then he gets up and all of a sudden he's like this. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
You cannot use that.
He gets up. He gets up. Hold on. He gets up. Hold on. I'm not finished.
We got it.
All right? Here's the deal. But don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't get put to sleep with that shot.
Okay.
He gets up, but he's staggered.
Wait, there's
and
more?
Oh,
I
yes.
gotta listen to more?
Oh, yes. Oh,
My
yes.
God, that's enough.
Oh, yes. Listen.
Let the man down.
Hold it. You the one that gave me the floor. You
Yeah,
shouldn't have called for
okay.
7th round
All
knockout.
right, that's
Then
enough.
Not only does he get dropped, he gets up. Oh, what happens? Y'all remember Fernando Vargas against, Tito? You understand? You remember that?
I do.
Bow! Again. He falls again. Gets up again. And then finally, when Manny Pacquiao, for the first time in his career, he's got to retreat because he's stunned and hurt, but he ain't asleep. Floyd is all over him. And Bayless, as in Kenny Bayless, the referee steps in, hugs Manny. It's over. It's over. It's over. That is what happens. That is what happens. He will get up twice. He will get up twice, but it will be stopped.
You know, I never realized this, but you are capable of winning a Pulitzer Prize for fiction. For fiction.
He's a great
That was
actor.
some great fiction you
No,
just
he's a
wrote.
good actor, though.
Pure fiction.
You know he's an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
impressed with that.
I'm as real as they get.
Really quickly, let's go back to
But
the
wait, I
scorecard.
got one last question.
Okay, but I got to go to scorecard.
How are we going to have a knockout here when Floyd hasn't knocked anybody out since 1999?
All right, so, lovely lady.
16 years?
Round by round pick.
How are we
Let's
gonna
take a
do
look
that?
at the scorecard, shall we? So we see that Stephen A. says it'll be a TKO. You did that so theatrically in the 11th round.
That's how it happens in the ring.
Okay. I
They put their
appreciate
arm
it.
around you, they hug you, and they...
Yes.
No more.
No mas.
No more.
And then we have Floyd actually losing, being knocked out, according to Skip Bayless, in the 7th round. Is that right, Skip? That's how it's going to go down.
Yeah, boo yourself.
All right, so we just actually got a call from Team Pacquiao. Their people came over here, and they want to make
came over here?
Yeah, they had some words for you. They wanted to talk to you, but obviously you're busy. There's a show happening.
Yes.
But they want to make a friendly wager. Are you willing to partake?
Well, I already got a wager with Freddie Roach for Tom Ford shoes.
Well, this is simple. They left a T-shirt, and they said, if in fact Pacquiao wins, you wear this T-shirt on First Take Monday. We'll have this for safekeeping if you choose.
Can I answer that right now?
Go ahead, sir.
First of all, I'll add something to this. Not only will I accept their bet, I'll wear the Team Pacquiao hat, too. Give me a baseball cap to wear with that, okay?
Okay.
For Monday's show. If Pacquiao wins. But if Pacquiao loses.
Something for Bayless over here?
When he loses.
Right.
Not only does Skip have to wear a Mayweather, a TMT shirt, Mayweather, but I want Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao to sit on a podium and apologize.
That's not. I don't think they'll do that.
To apologize to me for their blasphemy leading up to this fight.
Is that right?
And I want Freddie Roach to use that word. I want blasphemy. That Stephen A., we apologize for the blasphemy we uttered out of our mouths leading into this fight.
Okay.
And they got a deal.
Allow me to say,
Go ahead,
I have
sir.
exactly zero fear of having to wear whatever that thing
you're
is.
gonna accept the
Wait,
bet?
TMT, does that stand for the Manny team?
Hold
Is
on.
that what
Are
it
you
is?
accepting the bet?
The Manny
Are you
team?
accepting the bet?
Perhaps.
Heck yes, I'm accepting the bet.
So
By the way, that
T-shirt.
T-shirt, that is way too small for him. He'll never get that on.
No, we don't think. No, he has
No, I need
muscles.
something bigger. They give me a larger size.
Okay, it's
They
way
give me a
too.
larger size.
You can fit this though. Are you making a shot at his weight?
I didn't
Oh,
say a
no.
word.
Oh, no.
You look
I'm
good.
getting there, baby.
You look
I'm
good.
getting there now.
You're
Cut
getting
back
there.
on the sugar. I haven't eaten crunch berries in a month.
ESPN Radio.
With the action on the court, the diamond, or the gridiron,
Comes alive.
the NBA,
The San Antonio Spurs are the world champions.
Major League Baseball.
San Francisco Giants are the champions of the baseball world.
the new college football playoff.
College football playoff national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Your home for the best in sports play-by-play.
ESPN Radio.
Jamie Foxx is here. He's shadowboxing with the crowd. They're enjoying themselves. They're having a good time. He will be singing the national anthem on May 2nd. That's tomorrow at the Legacy Fight, as many are calling it. He is an Oscar winner, a Grammy winner, an extremely talented
Male exotic dancer.
You are a male exotic dancer as well? I didn't know that. A comedian is what I was going to say, but we put that credit in there.
She over there, she ready to throw him. She ready to...
We have to find out who you are going to pick for the fight.
Oh, that's easy. It's Floyd Mayweather, but I'll tell you why it's Floyd Mayweather. And it doesn't have anything to do with all the emotions that everybody had. I've been a Floyd Mayweather fan for years, like over probably 15, huh? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
15 years. What I believe in the fight has to do with simply boxing. There's something what you call when the fighter has it taken out of him. I think Pacquiao shouldn't have fought Marquez 3 times. If I was handling Pacquiao, we don't fight that dude.
The fourth time.
Fourth time, however many times it was, because when he fought Marquez, it took it out of him. And when you fall forward, when you get hit and fall forward, that's hard to come back. Because I've never seen that. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen, and then you fall down. I've never seen anybody fall forward.
So this is a mismatch.
I think it's a mismatch, but I think it's going to be a great fight. But I think people will be surprised on how Floyd fights him. I think Floyd will stand in the middle of the ring because I think that he knows that this is his defining moment. This is the time, and I think it's the right time to have the fight. But I think that, without all the clowning, I'm joking away like it. But I just think that that Pacquiao's a good fighter, great fighter. I just think that Marquez took it out of him, and I think when you have something traumatizing like that, that's hard.
So you think Mayweather can beat Pacquiao at his own game, which is exchanging punches? You think Floyd's going to exchange with Manny?
I think a lot of people were shocked and surprised that Floyd was a little bigger than Pacquiao as well.
No
so you got to look at it like this. When I look at Pacquiao, I look at Sugar Shane Mosley. To me, it was a really formidable opponent for someone like Floyd. You look at young Zab Judah, that's when he was real. I just think that just boxing, no emotions, when you look at what Pacquiao went through, that's hard to come back from. And that's like post-traumatic stress, because I'm serious. It's like, and think about it, all great fighters have never been knocked out before. That's how you determine how great they are. I've seen Floyd tested. Floyd told me himself, Sugar Shane, he got me. He got me right there. He got me. But you know what happened after the second round? He was able to take that punch. And like I know, there's a lot of boxers that are champs never get tested like that. I think he's been tested, and I think it's going to be a fantastic night, and the after party's going to be crazy.
Let me tell you something, man.
Turn up!
I'm going to tell you something right now. Here's the thing that's annoying me about folks that talk about this Manny Pacquiao-Floyd Mayweather fight. They're acting like there's some evidence as to what could happen to Floyd. There is none. Yeah. There is none. I'm sitting there going like this. All right, Sugar Shane, he caught me. That's exactly what he said. Yeah, he caught me. We get that.
He caught me on that. He got me right there.
Give it to him. Right. That's what he said.
He got that punch.
That's right. That's it.
What did you happen, J5? You see what happened in the second round, though?
That's right.
Took it out of it.
Exactly. And then when you think about Madonna catches him with a blow in the third round. That's about it. And all I'm saying is, you're Pacquiao. What are you bringing? That Zab Judah, that Sugar Shane Mosley, and those boys did not bring. Taking nothing away from him.
Taking nothing from Pacquiao. I do a lot of joking and clowning. I take nothing away from that guy. He's fantastic for what he did for his country. He's a senator. He can sing.
He can sing?
He can. He can sing. He has his own song, his own walkout song. It's great. You love it.
There are plenty of people in the world who have their own song and can't sing.
What?
He can sing.
He can sing.
Not bad.
He can sing.
I like to sing a song.
Oh, bye.
Song. I like to
Do
sing
we
a
have
good
a
song.
song, guys?
I like to take time to.
Jamie Foxx has an album.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, guys.
May 18th, his album is available on iTunes. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
I got an album coming out May 18th. I haven't. I hate to plug this.
No, you don't.
I hate to plug it, but I have to. May 18th, I got an album coming out that's real hot music. It's called Hollywood: A Story of a Dozen Roses. There's a track on there called Like a Drum. I believe music is about being in the bedroom, on the dance floor. Like a drum is in the bedroom. So play that record around somebody that you trust, because the next time you guys see, you got to still be able to look at them eye to eye. But the record is really great.
PG-13, Disney. Here we go. So let's talk about Cowboys.
My goodness, that's what we do.
Go ahead.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
So, Jamie Foxx, while I'm sick and tired of listening to all these Mayweather fans out here, we have a whole bunch of Dallas Cowboy fans here today. Thank you.
What's the problem?
And for those who don't remember, Jamie Foxx, born and raised in the state of Texas, Terrell, Texas.
Right outside of Dallas.
Dallas Cowboy fan, born and bred.
All my life.
How close do you feel they are right now to winning a Super Bowl?
If I could speak honestly, I think that we have the right system now for Tony Romo to flourish. Tony Romo, I'll speak honestly. Tony Romo, I'll speak honestly, Steven. I'm gonna speak honestly though. I don't feel that Tony Romo has the type of caliber as a quarterback to be those type of quarterbacks when you talk about the Tom Brady's and so forth. Okay. However, I believe that the system that we found this past year, with a little more running back, a little more giving it to the running back, and allowing Tony Romo to function in a smaller capacity, meaning not putting everything on him, because we've done that a few times and we've lost that way. And I can speak honest about my team because I was there when it was Bob Lilly, Mel Renfro, Tony Hill, Butch Johnson, Preston Pearson, Jude Pearson, Scott Laidlaw. I've been there since. Understand that, Stephen A. Smith. I can sit here and talk, Stephen A. Smith. You gotta be kidding me with this Dallas Cowboy. Oh, I'm so sick of it. I can't believe he's talking all of this about. That's a cross between you and Michael Irvin. And I'm trying to tell you what's going on right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. And he got to do that because, I'll tell you right now, he's gonna be right there, and he's gonna be there. One day he's gonna be there. I'm telling you, that's what it's gonna be. And I'm telling you gotta understand the Cowboy. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Hold on. But that's what I believe.
Listen. I think it's absolutely disgusting that it is May. It is not September, no October, November, December. Just damn sure ain't January, because we wouldn't be talking about the Cowboys then either. But the point that I'm trying to make is this. It is amazing to me that in Las Vegas, where we are talking about championship as in a championship fight, that the Dallas Cowboys are a part of the discussion. They ain't win nothing in 17 years. Y'all make me sick with this Cowboy stuff. You and Kevin Hart and Skip Bayless and all of yous out there. I mean, isn't America supposed to be about winners? Shut up. Whoa. Come on. Whoa. Please. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx.
What is happening? You were saying you believe that Tony Romo will flourish.
I'll be honest with you. If I could be honest, I think Tony Romo has a small window. And getting older with back problems and everything, we got a small window. So what we have to do is our coaching, we have to coach in a way where we can allow all of the players, the new players, Dez Bryant, we got to allow them to flourish. I think we need to get the ball to Dez Bryant in more situations, whether it's a handoff or reverse, get him out in space, and take advantage of that. If we don't, we'll come up short again. But at the end of the day, no matter what he says, we are still America's team.
Okay. Now,
hold up.
Jamie Foxx, you do realize that our running back is now a Philadelphia Eagle, and I'm talking about DeMarco Murray. Does that concern you at all?
I think it concerns me because I think what you do have to have is, and like I said, I love the Dallas Cowboys. I love Jerry and all them. Hold on, man. I got to be able to come back to the stadium.
You Jamie Foxx. You ain't supposed to need that to come back to the stadium.
Hey, man, I still is blue. But I will say this. It worries me in the fact that we had consistency. And it worries me in the fact that if we would have kept for 2 years that dose, I think we would have really went a long way and actually went to the Super Bowl. But now we got to figure it out, and those guys that have been picked got to make it happen.
I want America to know that I was not informed that any Cowboy stuff would be discussed today.
Yeah.
No one knew. They didn't tell me. They kept it from me.
Your team?
I wouldn't have allowed it.
Who was your team?
The Cowboys are irrelevant right
The Giants.
now. We're talking championships. The Cowboys are not allowed in championship discussions.
Why is that?
Wait. You realize our ratings just went through the roof because we were talking Cowboys?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Can you make the pick? Manny or money for the big fight?
We got money made, man. Money made.
You know it. Ryan know what time it is.
Predictable. Oh, God.
Go with Floyd.
There's no doubt about that.
All right.
It's okay. Just pile those faces up.
But he's never lost.
I am shocked.
Yes.
Genius in the house.
I got Manny Pacquiao. Period.
Be smart. Be courageous.
I'm going to go with Pacquiao.
He's not getting drafted.
Oh, please.
I'm going with Floyd.
Shocker.
Floyd, he's a winner.
The man is brilliant.
Boy, it's a shock.
It better happen. It better happen.
I'm going to go with Floyd.
Shocking.
The boy is brilliant.
Didn't even hesitate.
Sugar Ray Leonard is here.
He's a technician.
Put it up there, Teddy.
Yeah, we knew it.
He's picking Mayweather. Mayweather will win the fight.
He presents some very unique problems that Floyd hasn't dealt with yet.
He knows that everything is riding on this fight.
Welcome back to First Take, ladies and gentlemen. MGM Grand Pool Complex. The show is just about over. We have had so much fun. We want to thank our special guest, Jamie Foxx, who was amazing, as well as 50 Cent. We wish we could do a 3-hour show today, but we could not. There's just a few minutes left. We will do our final takes on the big fight, which is May 2nd. I will make my pick. I'm rooting for the underdog. No surprise here. Team Pacquiao. Whoa. They're booing me. I will take no bets. I will take no bets. I'm just going with Team Pacquiao. We don't have to be emotional, right? Y'all still love me. I still love y'all, right? I still love you.
How confident are you in your pick?
If I honestly, if someone gave me $1 million and said, who you putting it on, I wouldn't put it on Pacquiao. I'm just rooting for the underdog.
Oh, so you wouldn't bet a nickel on it?
No, I think if you're going honestly, logically,
really,
it's Mayweather.
That's not a real strong pick.
No, but I'm still making because I'm rooting for him. I just want the underdog.
So you're just rooting with your heart.
With
then,
my
right?
heart,
not
100%.
But your head is saying Floyd.
And my head is not saying Floyd. It's not saying I don't know who's going to win. I'm just rooting for Pacquiao.
Okay.
So you're upset that I'm not 100% ready to say seventh round conviction.
Jump on that bandwagon with both feet.
I have to be honest. I have to be the in between you two. I'm the middle.
All right. Well, I'll just get right to the end of the limb here. Round 7.
Okay.
Down goes Floyd. Down goes Floyd. Round 7. There will be blood.
Yes.
47 and no. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen.
Stephen A., 30 seconds left.
Floyd Mayweather will drop Manny Pacquiao not once but twice in the 11th round.
Yes.
Manny will get up and try as he does, but Bayless will stop the fight. He will put his arms around Manny Pacquiao and wave it off.
May 2nd, that's tomorrow, the legacy fight.